Hello, welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Claire Bueno, where revenge has a new name as we attend the premiere of Montana.
How are you?
Very well, thank you. How are
Excellent.
you?
I'm good. I'm
Obviously.
very excited, you know?
Well, when I watched the film, I thought Harry Brown versus the Karate Kid.
It's more Leon versus Karate Kid, but Harry Brown is a perfect reference. I'm happy with that.
Wow, well, this kind of started with you, didn't it, the genesis? What was it about the story in particular that you wanted to bring to the big screen?
Well, the thing is, with the story, how it started was I used to grow up in Poplar, where we shot the Montana, and I used to daydream. I used to live in that block where Montana walks, and I used to be a normal, working class kid. So at the same age as Montana, I used to daydream about being a little superhero, fighting drug dealers and, the rich looking down on us. I just kind of felt that I wanted to create my own superhero. So 12 years ahead of schedule, or 12 years later really, I decided to make a film like that. I thought we needed it, so yeah.
And there's a lot of action in the film, but the other thing, there is a lot of heart, isn't there?
Yeah, I believe in heart. I believe in the concept of father and son relationship. I think there's not enough mentors, not enough kind of role models for young kids. And I can't preach and give him a film like, hey, here's a good guy that wants to teach kids. I'd rather have some kind of action type character like Dimitri that teaches Montana how to fight, but also become a man. Love, honor, and respect. Those kind of things, those messages don't get passed on anymore.
That's actually, funnily enough, was the word respect was coming to my mind as well. And there's, because you've got a new actor with McKell, and then you've got Lars, who is obviously a seasoned professional. Was there kind of a little bit of life imitating art? Did Lars, teach some of the acting skills to McKell?
Well, our trick is when we were doing the stunt training. So we had 2 weeks in stunts with Lars and McKell. So my trick was look, we don't have a lot of time for them to bond. So I spoke to the stunt coordinator and I told him straight away, I was like, look, from now on, you show him a move and you let Lars, teach McKell the moves himself. So from that repetition, they bonded very quickly. So it became not like actor-actor, it became a student-teacher relationship, which represents itself in the film.
And it does translate very well.
Yeah, great.
Thank
I
you.
love how you hustle and go, yes. She's a professional, man.
This is your first big role, isn't it?
Yes, it was my first lead film, yeah.
And watching the film, comparing your character to Lars, who you're working with, it feels almost like life's imitating art because you're very much a beginner and he's teaching you. Was that the same with regards to acting?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, Lars, I learned so much from him as an actor, just between takes and in prep. We didn't have a lot of time to sort of prep it, but as soon as I met Lars, I felt very welcomed by him. I was a little bit intimidated, to be fair, because he's such a strong, established actor, and I didn't really want him to overshine me. So it was a little bit of competition, but I think it was just friendly banter. And but I think Lars definitely has helped me to sort of, it was a massive learning curve to sort of curve my career, and hopefully I just took notes off him and of everybody I worked with, to be fair, and just put it in and try and shape my career.
What was your background? How did you get into getting the part?
It's through my agent, to be fair. Iki at IAG and Femi and everybody at IAG just supported me and just sent me up for the role. I met with Gary David, we read it, and he was very supportive of me. And from that it was a series of callbacks, and then it was a very long time until I officially heard I got the role. I was so disappointed. I didn't think I got it, but then it worked out. It all worked out, so yeah, now we're here. So. And
it's quite a physical role as well for you, isn't it? There's a lot of kind of martial art techniques and things. Did you find that fun and challenging at the same time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they had a great stunt crew. Pete Pedro and his team is absolutely brilliant. I think we had a month of training, and I was very, very new to it all. And when I first met with Pete, and the stunt guys, they're all big, 6 foot guys, and really big and stuff. And I was a little bit intimidated, to be fair. But Pete made me feel really, really comfortable, and we just worked on it. And he helped me to look how I look in the film, and obviously it's good editing as well. But yeah, no, it was really good. It was really, really fun, and I'd love to do another role like this.
You must be proud.
Yeah, really proud. It's a very, very ambitious film for the money. We don't have 100 million like Kick-Ass and Luc Besson has, so it's an urban action flick. Set on a London council estate, so 77 people die, so it's really ambitious for the money. So to get it in the can, get some good reviews, and pull it all together is quite amazing, to be honest. Yeah, I'm really pleased.
Well, and you've got a great lead actor with Lars Mikkelsen. I mean, how did you bag a talent like that?
Well, they kind of, when they're casting people, I think they, I wasn't involved in the casting, although I exec produced this film, as you know. I wasn't involved with the casting or anything like that, but they looked at lots of different people, martial artist type people, Von Damme, and, the more sort of gung-ho, macho kind of guys. And it kind of wasn't working, because at the core of the story, it's very emotional. There's you've seen the film. There's a father and son story which is quite heartfelt. And those kind of guys really would sort of keep the viewer in the martial arts and the action. So they, Lars, I think, put something on tape, or put something on tape and read for the part. And Lars was before he started acting, he was like a street performer. He could juggle with flame and breathe fire and stuff like that. This is like 30 years ago. So he's an amazingly physical guy, and he has all these physical skills. And then for the past 30 years, he's been doing Shakespeare in Danish. So you had this amazing combination of, physical skills and emotional range. So, and you see it in the film.
Really.
So I think, bottom line, they got lucky,
And with regards to casting, you're in front of the camera yourself. Yeah. Can you tell us more about the character that you played?
Yeah, he's a real nasty piece of work, my character. I had a lot of fun with it, because it's pretty much my first decent-sized part in a film. I've had some great parts since, but we shot this good couple of years ago, and I was kind of nervous coming in, because I had Ashley and Adam and Michelle Fairley. I mean, we started filming, Michelle Fairley was number 4 on IMDb or something like that. I remember looking her up, and it was like quite intimidating, really, with all this talent. But yeah, no, I think I've done okay. I stepped up to the plate. But my character himself, what's really worrying is I find it easier to play bad guys than I do good guys. I just played a good guy in a horror film and really struggled to find, a nice spirit, because I think I'm just too used to playing bad guys. So with this guy, Stephen Phelps, all I was doing is I was spending time in character during the day, and I'd just walk into a newsagent's and think what it'd be like to punch the guy straight in the face. So, but I wouldn't do it. But I'd just walk in and think, what if I punched him straight on the nose now, and I'd just go into that sort of darker place, more violent place, yeah. So doing loads of that helped me, then we got on set, helped me to be this kind of cynical, violent, misogynistic, racist copper, But it's only a movie, and he represents a lot of the black humour in the film, He's quite funny in parts, I think,
This is a great project to be a part of, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. It was such an amazing experience, yeah.
How did you get the part?
My agency emailed me the audition. I went for the audition, and it was quite a strange one, because they got back to me, in the audition they were like, oh, we want a call back next Saturday. So it was very strange, and I got told straight away, and then straight away I met the director, and it was really, really amazing, and they were so friendly straight away, and yeah, it was just it's such an amazing experience filming it all, and it was amazing.
Your character's got a lovely relationship, hasn't she, with Montana?
Yeah, I think she was kind of seen and wanted to be the innocence of the whole film, because it's very strong on the gang violence and stuff, and I think they wanted a bit of a lighter heart to it, and I guess that was the character of Jess, yeah.
She did seem like that, actually. When you see the kind of circumstances that she lives in, there is an innocence and a purity about her, isn't there?
Yeah. And I think it was quite fun to play that. It was really fun to play that part, because I think in past parts it's never really been like that. It was quite nice to just be innocent and not die. But yeah, it was really nice and fun. The action was really fun as well, yeah. It was really fun.
There's one scene, I think, at the end, isn't it, where you're you get to see a little bit of the action, don't you?
Yeah, at the end, yeah, that was it was quite a different experience, and I kind of wish that I got more into the combat a bit more, and the extreme was just me falling onto a crash mat or stuff like that. I shouldn't have said that, but yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, it was really, really fun.
This is a great movie, isn't it?
Do you know what? It's unlike any movie I think that's come out of the UK in a long time. Mo's kind of written something directed something that it's kind of had a lot of faces that maybe you've seen in other stuff, but it's got people doing stuff that they've never really done, and so that it was a joy to kind of come on board with that and be a part of it. Absolutely.
And what is it about Mo, do you think, as a director, that he has so much vision?
Mo, I was just saying a bit, Mo is literally the most positive person I've ever come across. He's just this kind of bundle of energy, and he's got real, because he comes from a music video background, I think he knows how to make things look great, and then he's kind of brought on board his kind of creative genius, I feel, and made a really good film out of it.
I think we've been talking as well with the film that at the heart of it is this kind of father and son story as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, a father and son story of sorts. It's nice to see that because yes, there's a lot of action, yes, there's a lot of kind of violence, but it's not, like at its very core, I guess, it's about the relationship between the two and how that kind of grows.
And with regards to films being set in the East End, I mean, it's actually a personal story for Mo, why it's set where it is. But do you think it also makes films more marketable?
Yeah, it does. I mean, if you can pinpoint something and say this is here, this is this area of London, then it not only appeals to the people that are from that area of London, but then anyone that's not and overseas, that they can go, oh, so that's what East London is like, and you can kind of pick that out. And so it's nice to be that kind of specific about things.
When you read the part that you're playing, what was it about him that you wanted to play?
Well, Mo approached me asking me if I would like to be involved in the project, and he basically said it's my, not character type, but because he knows me as an actor, I kind of want to veer away from the stereotypical urban route. So when I did this quite a while back, because it took quite a long in the edit to process, as things do. But yes, we approached me with it, said that this is quite like a small cameo part, but want to get involved, and I was like, yeah, why not? So yeah.
Talking to Mo, this has come from his background. You know, he grew up in Poplar. So when you're working with a director who is so close to the material, does that help you really as an actor?
Yeah, no, it does. I feel like this piece or film project has got quite a lot of interesting things involved in it, just other than just where he's from. Do you know what I mean? He's got the character of the young person and the old person, the status roles, and it's just kind of like growing up and being around environments that you don't need to be in all the time. So I think that's what his message is a lot of the time, more so than just where he's from.
Now, you're the writer.
I was one of the writers on the film.
Yeah, can you tell us more? Why did you want to write it?
Well, Mo came to me with a story that he'd already come up with, and I was very touched by the sort of father-son relationship. I mean, he's not literally his father, but Lars Mikkelsen's character plays a sort of mentor figure to the young boy at the centre of the story, and that resonated with things I've been through. So I wanted to do that bit of the story justice.
And it's set kind of within the East End of London. There's a particular genre of film. What was it about setting it in the East End that you particularly wanted to do?
Well, that wasn't a decision I made, but once Mo had made that decision, I was quite happy to sort of play along with the atmosphere of that choice and that environment that the characters have to sort of survive. And as a writer, it's easy when your characters struggle. So to set the story, or to write a story set in that hard, unforgiving environment was fun for a writer.
And it's a story of redemption as well, this tale.
That's very important because the film's contains very aggressive characters. It's a film with action sequences. There's violence. It's an action film, so no surprises there. But something Mo was very concerned to do, and something I sort of followed along with, was trying to make sure that it wasn't really violence for its own sake, that the action and the fighting in the story is all part of a character trying to find the truth of themselves and how they want to live.
I designed a couple of the pieces for the film. So the main character, the bad guys, gangster ring. I met Mo Ali a few years ago and he asked me to design the pieces. So we worked together and I'm quite looking forward to it. I haven't seen it on screen yet, so it's a pretty big thing.
Your costume is so important and to an actor because it finishes off their part. So
I read the actual script, like the very first draft, just to get an idea about the story before I started sketching and learn about the characters, storylines, so that I would go with the look. So I was just like sketching. Well, you have to wait and see, but I don't want to give too much away. It was out of my comfort zone. I tend to do quite a lot of rock and roll, goth, boho chic. So this is completely different, and it's very exciting because it was a few years ago when I met Mo, and I was still quite relatively new. And today we just came out on the cover of Cosmopolitan, so that's pretty exciting too.